Why are we so excited about Europe? Well, mainly because it is our biggest Europe season yet. Factually locked in, it is our biggest Europe season yet. I'm going to go over some of the key information that is going to make it so great for you to promote it to your guests. We're going to be talking today about the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, a little bit about the British Isles, and as well about those extended and transatlantic sailings. I'm also going to give you the key information that you want to know, where you can reach extra information, where all the assets are, as well as some example pricing and, of course, early booking offers. So that's a lot. If you haven't met me yet, I'm going to take a quick pause, take a breath. A lot of information very quick there. My name is Mike. I'm National Training and Engagement Manager at Princess Cruises. I hope I get to see you in person. If I have already seen you in person, please do say hi as well in the chat. And we're just so excited to share all this with you. I spent about 15 years just over at sea, and I do love cruising. How big is Europe 2028? I love this stat. You have the program covers 275,000 nautical miles, which equates to over 13 times around the world. Lots more people joining. Let's talk about how many opportunities your guests have got to be on board the ship. We've got 291 departures, 37 different countries can be visited, 128 destinations. We've got 101 different UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and the big one, 6 different ships. Itineraries from 7 to 53 days. Something we've known at Princess already is these incredible open jaw itineraries where you can just have your guests do more and more and more voyages back to back to back. And it's a really great way to sail. Let's do it. Now, we've got to talk about the ships. These are the ships that your guests can enjoy with Princess Cruises in 2028. I've got a lot to cover, so I'm going to hit the information hard and fast. 6 different ships. Big bit of information straight away as we constantly invest in these ships. All of the ships here, as well as almost all of the entire fleet, have received a dry dock within the last sort of 3 years. They're high maintained, they're high quality ships. You really can have the confidence to sell any one of these ships. The other thing we really want to promote is, I mean, you see the Sun Princess here. 4,300 guests. That ship is around 175,000 tons. And all the things I want to mention is we are a premium cruise line. Not all ships that are around 175,000 tons will only hold 4,300 guests. And that is really, really important in some way for you to really promote these ships with that extra elevated luxury that we know that they want. Let's talk about some key information. Sun Princess, amazing ship, brings the outside in, beautiful for light, especially hitting some of these fantastic destinations. I would love to see a reaction if any of you have been watching Cruising to the Ends of the Earth on Channel 4, because you've seen the Sun Princess on that a lot. Even in Alaska, you could see what the Sphere class ships can bring and how beautiful they really can be. It's such an easy way to promote to your guests. Over 30 different bars and restaurants. I mean, when you talk to your guests about having options, what a fantastic opportunity that is as well. With those big domes, it gives a beautiful covered area. Has, of course, the Sanctuary Collection too, which you might have also seen in Cruising to the Ends of the Earth. One of the things I always want to mention to travel agents, and it's something we've had great feedback on, please, with the Sanctuary Collection, always have a look at how much it will cost your guests to step up and enjoy Sanctuary Collection, because sometimes the price difference, especially for your guests that are looking at the Princess Premier package, can be very, very minimal. And trust me, when your guests experience Sanctuary Collection, they will keep coming back and back and back and telling you more, because that is such a fantastic part of the ship. Guests can really connect with the destination on this one. She's going to be doing 7, 14, 21 nights, open jaw sailings. She's got everything from Athens, Barcelona, Naples, Rome as home ports. Really is a special ship. Great for someone that wants a new ship, wants luxury, something for foodies or bar lovers. Now, we've also got over here 4 different Royal class ships. Now, I know so many of you will be excited because your guests will be asking already, how they can get back on the Sky Princess. Her return rate for guests is super high. And of course, with shows like Rock Opera, really something to get excited about. Now, both of these ships, the Sky and Enchanted 2019, 2020, very new ships. They're quite similar. They're bright, they're light. 81% of the staterooms have balconies. Both of these ships, the Sanctuary moved up to the Sky Deck. They've got the beautiful Sky Suites. And if you really want to have an elevated experience for your guests, these Sky Suites are stunning. Now, we've got to talk about Sky, because she is so popular. She's going to be doing 7, 12, 14 nights, round trip Southampton, so popular. We've also got Enchanted doing 10, 11, 14 nights. She's doing more open jaw sailings, Athens, Barcelona, Rome, Trieste. I am very excited. I'll be going on Enchanted soon. And when I'm on there, if you want anything recorded or anything extra to be shown from a training point of view, please do let me know. Now, the Regal and Majestic are very similar. They're still Royal Class. They were built in 2014 and 2017. The same DNA, different layouts, different venues. Majestic has just had the addition of O'Malley's pub, so popular. I was just on Majestic in Liverpool last week. Everyone loved the Hollywood Conservatory. It's such a great covered area, especially if you're ever hitting colder areas. For all of these ships, the crew is what stands out. On Majestic, we were chatting to Giuseppe. He'd been a food manager there for 40 years, and that's something that really stands out. Love Majestic. We've also got Regal. She's a beautiful ship as well. Back to Copenhagen, 12-night round trip is the standout itinerary there. Majestic's doing 17, 10, 12, 14 nights. British Isles and European Explorer round trip Southampton and more. There's so many options on these. And lastly, the Caribbean Princess. She is our Grand Class ship. She launched in 2004. So you might be thinking she's slightly older, but yet again, recently refurbished. You would never be able to tell. She's 22 years old. She's a smaller ship, great for guests that are sort of stepping in and want to experience a smaller ship. She's got a more traditional atrium instead of a piazza, which is like the hub of our other ships in this fleet. Now, we'll mention Piazza quickly, because if you want to promote to your guests a fantastic place to engage, to watch, to people watch, to see the outside, enjoy food, our Piazza really is the hub of those ships. All of these ships as well are known for the fantastic foods, and I love it. Let's talk about our wide variety of departure ports. Now, this is something really exciting as well. I mentioned a little bit earlier about how you could be sailing from South America. How great would it be to be going from Buenos Aires and heading back to Southampton? We've got so many different ports, and it helps with the open jaw, but having Helsinki, Istanbul, Naples, of course, Southampton, but also transatlantics, I really want to emphasize. If your guests want to head to Florida and head back, some of the price points for these sailings are absolutely fantastic. And also, as well as that, they're just the most cool cruises. If you've got repeat guests, I've had a chance to be cruise director on a bunch of transatlantics, and it's just the best atmosphere and something you can really promote. So for our Mediterranean sailings, we've got 165 different departures across 63 itineraries covering the Mediterranean, the Greek Isles, Italy, Spain, Turkey, Eastern Med. Our home ports are going to be Athens, Civitavecchia for Rome, Barcelona, Istanbul, Trieste, Naples, Southampton. Our itineraries are from 7 to 35 days. And I'm going to actually highlight a couple of them that we can do up like 21 days without returning to the same home port, just showing the different array of itineraries we've got to offer for you. You can visit, your guests can go to over 50 different UNESCO heritage sites, and we have late night calls in Mykonos, Ibiza, Malta. I love Malta. That's the perfect place for a late night call. Split, Istanbul, Lisbon, Santa Cruz, the Tenerife. Overnights we've got available in Istanbul, La Spezia, your perfect gateway for your guests to get to Florence and Pisa, and also even Stockholm. I know that's not quite Med, but I'm quite excited about Stockholm. Some of the example itineraries for you. Let's see. The first one I want to talk about is the Sun Princess. We've been talking about the Sun Princess already. This is a beautiful itinerary, 7-day Western Mediterranean, bringing the outside in. Look at these beautiful ports here. Now, of course, we're going to have our early booking bonus. We're also going to be having Captain's Circle, which I'll talk about more as well. But this cruise here, with the early booking bonus and with Captain's Circle, starts from only £819 a person. Now, this has a overnight in Florence. It really is a beautiful way to see. And what a fantastic way to start off talking to your guests. And that's on the Sun Princess. Came out in 2024. This is a beautiful way to start showing off your guests. We've also got the Caribbean Princess. I'm super happy. I just said Caribbean. I'm in the US so long, I keep saying Caribbean. Josephine was ready to look at me there. April 20th, this is beautiful ports as well. Gives you a chance to go to Le Havre, giving your guests the access to, of course, get over to Paris, to do Normandy, Seville, more ashore in Lisbon. What a great opportunity to tell your guests about this. Starting in Rome. Your guests can have a few days in Rome before joining the beautiful Caribbean Princess and head on back. Yet again, a smaller ship vibe and stunning, right? We can all get behind that one. We're going to step up and do 14 days, Greece, Italy, Turkey. Now, yet again, this is an open jaw itinerary starting off in Barcelona on the beautiful Sun Princess. Can you give me some sort of reaction if this is the sort of place you would like to go to? The best port, what would be your favorite? I want to know. You've got so many great options here as well. Like when you talk about capitals, when you talk, oh, look at that reaction. I absolutely love it. Barcelona to Athens, we get to these smaller ports, we get to the bigger ports, the special ones, but again, I can't emphasize enough, look how port heavy that 14-day cruise is. Like, that's what your guests want. More ashore in Mykonos and La Spezia. I mean, you really have a chance to experience everything with this kind of itinerary. I love it. And some of the smaller ports as well. Now, this is one I really like. 7-day Spain and France. What a great one for your guests. Easy out of London. If you want a rugby fan, go to Bordeaux. If you're a wine fan, look at this whole itinerary here. Get to some beautiful ports, including La Corona, Bilbao. Beautiful. October 7th. This is a great one. And yet again, the opening price points for these are absolutely sensational. All right, we're going to 14-day Civitavecchia round trip. I wanted this one in here because it's got more ashore in Malta. I've already told you how excited I am about this, but it is round trip Rome. It doesn't go back to Rome. It's not a in and out. It is a true round trip. And look at some of these ports. You've even got the Bay of Qatar for that round trip. Sorry, Bay of Qatar for scenic cruising. It's super heavy, likely as well to be school holidays probably. So what a great way to promote this for your guests as well. Drink some wine, see Mount Etna, especially yet again, if you've been talking about cruising to the ends of the earth, we've really been visiting some of these. I think you're going to love it. We're going to keep pushing through. We've got lots to come through. And yet again, I have to get excited about this. 21 days, best of the Mediterranean. This is in March. This is yet again a full trip. Has an overnight for Florence and Pisa. But yet again, when you talk about 21 days round trip, doesn't return to Barcelona again. This is a true round trip. More ashore in Mykonos, La Spezia, as I said already. Well, it's even more ashore, it's an overnight, right? So make sure you check out this one too. Okay, now I want to just highlight something a little bit different. One of my absolute favorite things as a cruise director was going around the UK. I adored it. It's one of those cruises that completely exceeded my expectations. I got that feedback from the guests always about this. And I really wanted to highlight we have got these itineraries around the UK, but also this new 8-day Circle of Ireland. It even looks like a 4-leaf clover. Gets to Blarney Castle, gets to Dublin, Belfast, hits those new ports of Giddy Pegs and Galway. This is a great cruise as well. For the guests that are probably looking for this, it's the perfect ship. round trip on the Caribbean Princess. Nice small ship to experience these fantastic destinations. I just want to highlight to everybody that we also have those round the UK options available, and of course this Ireland one too. So 2028 Northern Europe has 102 different departures across 63 different itineraries, delivering expansive opportunities. Scandinavia, Iceland, the Baltic, the British Isles, the Arctic. We've got popular home ports that your guests love: Southampton, Copenhagen, Helsinki, Reykjavik. If you haven't done Reykjavik, we're going to highlight a great Reykjavik option as well. The itineraries, open jaw, available, of course, from 7 to 49 days. And really, we get to some great destinations. Your guests can get a chance to go to Bergen, Oslo, Helsinki, Reykjavik, Belfast. You've got so many fantastic places: Tallinn, Riga, Skagen, Olden. There's 40 different UNESCO heritage sites. And we've even got overnights on selected voyages: Stockholm, for instance, Hamburg, getting you to Berlin, and Tromsø. So let's go for it. Let's show you some of these. Now, this one here, I want to start off by going straight away for a fjord. I must admit, these are way more beautiful than I ever imagined. If you haven't seen one yet, what is a fjord? It is a deep, narrow inlet of sea bordered by steep cliffs and mountains, typically done from glacier erosion. But just going through these fjords really is stunning. So this is your chance to do it. This is actually the third largest fjord in the world. So why not check it out? What great way to promote to your guests about doing this itinerary. We also have a 12-day Northern Europe. This is round trip Copenhagen on board the Regal, such a popular ship as well. When you look at this, the highlight has to be the Stockholm overnight. I know you know it because this is what you do. You're amazing. But being able to tell your guests that they get to have that extra time in port, they get to have that overnight in these beautiful places, really is something to get excited about. On the 12th of July, this one is, which will be a very popular time of year, and as well being able to get your guests even more time in Helsinki, as well as that overnight in Stockholm, I am absolutely confident will be popular. Round trip Copenhagen. Copenhagen is such a great city as well. We've also got the Oktoberfest, backed by popular demand. We've had so much excitement about Oktoberfest. This is round trip Southampton, Majestic Princess. I told you already, that Hollywood Conservatory is stunning. The O'Malley's pub quiz. The O'Malley's pub is going to be so popular. And when you look at this itinerary too, you've got more ashore in Copenhagen. You've got an overnight in Hamburg as well. And look at the different ports you go to. Like, we really are focused on getting your guests to these capitals, getting them to enjoy Oktoberfest. What a great way to promote it. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. The next thing I want to talk about is this one here, which I love. If you haven't visited Reykjavik yet, it's such a fantastic place to go to. From the beautiful mountains to like the waterfalls to the Blue Lagoon, it really does have everything. And when you're talking to your guests about visiting a place before they board a cruise, this is one I want to promote. This has more ashore in Amsterdam, Kiel. It's got more ashore in Tallinn. It goes to Runavik, which is the Faroe Islands. It even goes to Orkney Islands, which, if your guests love history, a fantastic place to go. We've covered a lot of fantastic options in Northern Europe. We've got lots of ships in Northern Europe. We've got lots of ships in the Meds. So many places for your guests to visit. But we've also got some very impressive longer voyages, including the 18-day Fire and Ice Explorer. So let's say your guests want to visit Boston. They want to head over to the USA. What an amazing way to do it. They can set sail from Southampton. Now, when they set sail from Southampton, they can head over and do Inverness. They go to Shetland Islands, Runavik again, so popular. And then when they keep going, they get some more scenic cruising before heading across towards Boston. This is a great way of doing it. Now, the 2028 program for transatlantic sailings and repositioning voyages. They've got them from everywhere: Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral, Miami, Boston, Barcelona, Rome, Southampton, Buenos Aires. That's how you can do these transatlantic sailings. And if your guests want to do a TA, maybe they've done so many different cruises, maybe they've already crossed the equator and they really want to tick something off their bucket list, a transatlantic's a way to do it. When we do the westbound and the eastbound voyages, we've got places they visit like the Canary Islands, Madeira, the Azores, Bermuda, Monaco, and the ranges are between January to November 28, as I mentioned before, 14 to 53 days. This voyage here, right, 18-day fire and ice, look at that. With the early booking offer with Captain Circle, your guests can sail on this one for the starting price, for the base price of $18.39. What a phenomenal cruise to really promote for your guests. And then we've got the one we really wanted to promote and let you know about, the 53-day ultimate pole to pole Odyssey. Now, why do we want to mention this? Your guests can go to the Antarctic Peninsula. They can go to see, let's look at some penguins. They can go there for a fraction of the cost that to go and see that part of the world they can do. You've got your chance to do. Look at some of these, right? We've got overnight, of course. You've got Buenos Aires for overnight, Rio de Janeiro, absolutely stunning. More ashore time in some of these fantastic ports. And look how you head up there. Your guests can also not only do a transatlantic, they get to also do a crossing of an equator and do all the theatrics that comes with that. These are the kind of cruises your guests absolutely love, and I'm so excited we get to offer this. This 53-night voyages, the opening price with the Captain Circle again and with the early booking offer can just be from £4,129. This is the way to do it. Check everything from the penguins of Antarctica to the Northern Lights. That is how I want to cruise. 53 days. Look at it. Falkland Islands. I could talk about this all day. I love it. So let's talk about this. Of course, one source has all of the T's and C's. I want to emphasize again, I did it twice at the beginning. All of this is under strict embargo until tomorrow. We will post when everything is able to be shared. You can see it on our social media, and also check our social media for some exciting, for travel agents tomorrow as well. So make sure you're checking it out. But let's talk about it. Straight away, early booking bonus, up to £400 in savings per guest. That's up to £800 per stateroom. You've already heard me talking about these. Now, your past guests can also save as well with a combinable saving. How great is that? So your guests can not only get the early booking, they could also end up getting the Captain Circle discount with it as well. Now, very important, the early booking bonus and stateroom location, which I've mentioned as well as the early access to dining, are only available from June 2nd to the 14th of July. Very important. Captain savings could be up to £150 per person. Yeah, again, terms and conditions apply, but that actually will go into the 31st of July. Now, there's two things on here that I'm sure are getting you excited, apart from the early booking bonus and the Captain Circle bonus. What a reason to contact your guests and tell them what's happening. But we've also got the free room upgrade, free room location upgrade, which I'm going to give you details as well as the early access to dining reservations, which is huge. So let's go. First one, free room location upgrade. Now, the reason I put this picture down is very important. When you book your selected upgrades, you'll pay the fare for the stateroom at least one grade lower. Let's say if you booked a balcony stateroom, looking at up here right now, in grades B and B, C or BD, you would only pay for the BE grade. So as you can see here, right, you pay less than you would for the other ones, which of course is very popular. The important thing about this, right, They're available across lots of different stateroom types: interior, ocean view, balcony, and mini suites. To highlight, it's not an automatic upgrade. What we need you to do is look at the slide like you're looking at now, right? And see, oh, these two are different prices normally. I can do something amazing for my guests and get them a better cabin for a better price. So please remember, it is not an automatic upgrade. That's why I put it. That's what it's going to look like on your screen. You're going to notice that those cabins are normally different prices like they are here. But with this early booking upgrade, they might all be the same price. But remember, it is not an automatic upgrade. Very important. But how great news is that? Who doesn't want to get a better cabin? Great, right? But I really want to share one of my favorite things. I've put this on here. This shows the different ships and the different dining options on the ship. It's going to show the ones that are part of Plus and the ones that are part of Premier. But as you just saw a second ago, this early access to dining reservations is huge. Let me give you the information on this. Now, this is not only a strong option for your new to Princess guests. In my opinion, it's also a strong thing to give you a reason to talk to your repeat Princess guests, because early access to dining reservations allows guests to book specialty dining and main dining earlier than the standard reservation window. Whereas certain guests would have to wait for their cruise to be paid in full, with this, they'll be able to book your guests and lock in that special meal or meals in advance with this promotion. Now, why have I put up the sign that says Premier and Plus? We already know that we have the best packages at sea. We're going to talk about them. We already know that we've got some amazing specialty dining, and your guests could eat specialty dining as much as they want with Princess Premier. So what's great about this is when you get your guests to book, they can start locking in their favorite dinners, their favorite restaurants on their perfect night of the cruise without having to pay for the full cruise like they would have to normally. Now, we know that certain ones of our guests, we've got our elite guests, our platinum guests that can book earlier, right? But it's also important to tell those guests that book with you regularly that, of course, they want to get their reservations in quicker. They want to book soon because, of course, those prime locations are gonna go quick. It gives you the perfect way to start promoting this to your guests. I am buzzing about this one because food is one of the staples of Princess. Now, what's great for you? It is automated, right? You don't have to do anything, right? So instead of your guests having to wait to 120 days before when they pay in full, or when they pay in full, your guests will be able to do it as soon as we've received payment. Now, this is important. I want to share with you. All right. Your dining will only be available for guests when Princess receives the funds against their booking reference. So if it comes through on statement, for instance, it might be a bit of a delay, but please reach out to your finance team, right? Once that payment is made to Princess, they'll be able to book, right? So let's talk about it. I have to talk about it, which is Princess Premier and Princess Plus. Now, give me a reaction if putting your guests on a package is something you always do. Give me some sort of reaction, because we know we have the best packages in the business. All the terms and conditions, right, for all the things I've just said are all on one source. You can check it out. Now, these are the packages. So when you look at this as well, straight away, I want to just highlight that Princess Premier, because there's never been a better time for you to promote it. We've got unlimited speciality and casual dining. Unlimited, like, that's fantastic. And they can get those times in straight away. Unlimited drinks up to $20. That's not including 12 bottles of water per day. That unlimited teas and coffees doesn't change anything. The speciality and casual dining, there's such great places. Accruing appreciations included, unlimited photos, including 3 prints per person on the package. My wife's favorite, the reserved theatre seating. The Ocean Now, those drinks get delivered to your guest stateroom. What a fantastic service. But the one thing I want to highlight that I've been trying to talk to about trainings recently is that Shore Excursion credit. Now, your guests are going to book a tour. I'm pretty confident. And we have some of the most phenomenal tours and authentic, great guides. Now, with that shore excursion credit, if they're on a 7-day cruise, they're getting $100. So if they're already going to book that tour, that can come off that £75 per day, like when you're selling this to your guests. It really does add such amazing value, and I can't recommend it enough, and how popular this will be for our huge Europe 2028 launch. Now, I just wanted to get you started. I've been talking about some great lead-in prices, but I just had to share some of these as well. How beautiful is this, right? Great price points. And then I've just shown you for Princess Plus, it's just £50 per person a day. For Princess Premier, just 75. There is an additional £5 per person for Sphere Class. But if you've seen Sphere Class, that's £5 per person per day. You know why? So many different restaurants, so many different bars and amazing options. It really is fantastic value. I want to quickly highlight OneSource, your one-stop shop for all of the information. You've got some amazing things. Now, this QR code, I'm going to be very honest, is just a link to OneSource, because that's where the information is, right? Get on OneSource, check it out. You've never seen. We've got video content, we've got flyers, we've got the reference flyer. This one I love because it also shows in color. When is the more ashore, when is the late nights. It shows you some of the different ports we go to. What a great visual to show your guests. But also on there, you're going to have more of the information. You can share the pictures, the promotions, the assets. It's all there on OneSource. It is fantastic. So please do check it out. We're nearly at the end. I want to quickly mention as well, our European launch webinar is here. We've got our European Kahoot quiz. It's going to go live tomorrow. Yet again, great prize for participating in that. You've watched today. You're going to know the answer. It's only going to take you a few minutes and you can win a great prize. We'll share the QR code to play that tomorrow. Remember though, fastest finger first, pub quiz, 18th, 7 p.m. And if you've been watching Cruising to the Ends of the Earth, do not miss 24th of June, all about Princess onboard activities. We're going to talk about everything from ShoreX to the shows, to the activities, the events, to where we stand out from everywhere else for that onboard elevation of guest experience. This one should not be missed. Oh, so much information, everybody. I absolutely love that you've joined me today. This is our OneSource page. This is where you're going to get all the information from. And of course, I mentioned it before, I mention it again. We have got this QR code here. If you've got your phone in your pocket, quickly give it a scan now. We've got our link to our YouTube. It's on the top. We've got our link to our Facebook. Click on these, subscribe. It's only a few minutes to do it, right? I will only post 1 or 2 videos on YouTube a month, so you're not going to get bombarded with things. It's just a great training resource as well. We really are trying our best to make sure that we get more agents than ever before on our visits this year. We want you to experience our ships. We want you to know why your guests love it. My name is Mike, your National Trading and Engagement Manager. You have been so amazing at interacting. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the communication. We go live tomorrow with the biggest Europe ever, and we can't wait for you to promote it to your guests. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon.